Hey friends, welcome back to Stappystamper. My name is Terry Stapp and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator located in Central Texas. And today we're going to be using the Gingerbread Man bundle to make this precious little pocket card. So what I really like about this one has the little pocket. When you pull your Gingerbread Man out, it opens up, and I've placed a white cutout in the middle of the card so that you can write your message on the inside of the Gingerbread Man. Isn't that cute? Okay, let's talk about the materials that you're going to need to make this card. Once I go through the materials, I will put up a slide that has all of the materials listed. So if you would like to make the card along with me, you can gather your supplies and we can put it together. All right. So for the pocket card, you're going to need a piece. Now, I used Mossy Meadow and Real Red because that's what matched with my designer series paper. Use whatever designer series paper you have and then choose your colors based upon what goes with your designer series paper. So for mine, I have a piece of Mossy Meadow that is cut to 5.5 by 4.25. It's just a single piece. It does not fold. Then I have a piece of Real Red that is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. I have a piece of designer series paper that is 10.5 by 4, and it is scored at 5 1/4. Okay. If your paper is directional, if you have flowers or something like on this one right here, you can see I have Gingerbread Men on this one. Make sure that you cut the paper accordingly so that you don't have something that's upside down but shouldn't be. You're also going to need, I used pecan pie. You're going to need a 5.5 by 8.5 piece for your Gingerbread Man. Now, this one I used pecan pie, this one I used crumb cake. Use whatever color you would prefer, but it needs to be 5.5 by 8.5 because that's about the size of the die. So what I did to prepare is I took my sheet of cardstock for my Gingerbread Man and I cut it out first. Okay, I didn't have any of this stamping on there yet. I took my piece, I ran it through my die cutting machine, and then what I found was easiest after playing around, and now this is easiest for me, is I got this friend out right here. Let me pull it out a little bit. And this is what helped me to do the stamping. So I got it all lined up. I put this on the inside over as far as I could to the left and to the top. And then I used my stamp positioning tool to stamp the outline of the Gingerbread Man. I think that is what is going to be easiest. I found that the acrylic block that I have was a little bit small for the gingerbread die. So this is block, where is it? This is block E. This is the biggest one that I have, and it was a little bit small. The head, either the head kind of hung off the edge a little bit or the feet kind of hung off the edge a little bit. And I didn't want that because I wasn't getting quite the stamp the crisp stamp that I wanted on those parts. So I used my stamp positioning tool. I understand that not everybody may have one. Stampin' Up doesn't sell them anymore. But if you have one, this was a great tool that helped me. Okay, so we talked about this piece. Pecan pie is mine. 5.5 by 8.5. Ran it through the die cut machine. Used my stamp positioning tool. And then I also used my little face stamp. I liked the smiley face and stamped the little guy like that. Okay. Then for the inside, I also used the die cut machine. And instead of wasting a lot of paper, I just ran it through half. So I cut 5.5 by 8.5 piece of basic white, but only ran it through halfway. I didn't want this side. I did try originally to flip it over and use this side, but it leaves the little ridges on the top, and I didn't like that. So I decided to leave it like this and only run it through halfway. So I was able to get 2 pieces out of 1 piece of paper, but I ran it through halfway, and then I took it out and I moved it down the piece of paper and then ran it through. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, here's a piece. This is not Whisper White. I used Whisper White, but for an example, I put my die on here, ran it through my die cut machine till only half was cut. Then I took it out. I moved the die down and then ran it through again the rest of the way. So I ended up getting 2 right side pieces out of my paper, doing it that way. So I have one of those. I have a piece of ribbon. This is Real Red ribbon, and it measures 13 plus 8, 21 inches. That'll give me enough room to tie my bow. I used my stitched rectangles to cut out a piece of real red cardstock and a piece of Whisper White cardstock. It's the same size as this one. This one I put sugar and spice and everything nice, and then I decided to try with Seasons Eatings on this one. So you can decide which sentiment you liked. Now, in addition to all of those pieces, I've just cut a bunch of hats and scarves to decorate my gingerbread man with. Okay, now I got the 2-tone pieces because I cut out a green. This is Mossy Meadow. And then I cut out a white. I did the same thing with Real Red. I cut out one of each. And then I took my scissors and I cut off. I went across the top and cut off the little pom-pom thing. And then I went here and cut off the band of the white one. That allowed me to take the white piece and glue it on top of the Mossy Meadow pom-pom and Mossy Meadow band. Then I took the middle piece that was left from the white and glued that on the middle part of another Mossy Meadow. So I just have some kind of different options there for the hat and the scarf, not scarves. I also have that with the different candy pieces. So I have some lollipops, some candy canes. I used Mossy Meadow and Real Red for those. So I have all of these different options that I can choose from when I'm ready to decorate. Okay, I'm going to move these aside. Those are your, oh, materials. One more thing. I did get the traditional sparkling sequins. These are lovely. I love them. They're nice and flat. They're oh so sparkly. I think I'm part raccoon because I love sparkly things. So I did use these on the Gingerbread Man for some little buttons. Okay, get yourself some embellishments that you can use for that. And then those are your materials. So go ahead and pause the video when the slide comes up. Get your materials together and then join me right back here and we can make this super cute card together. All right, welcome back. Let's get started putting our card together. We're going to start with our pocket card. So you're going to want to pull your card base. This is the piece that you cut that is 5.5 by 4 1/4. You want the matte color that is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And then you want your piece of designer series paper that is cut at 10.5 by 4 and scored at 5 1/4. Okay, we're going to take this piece right here. So get your, if it's directional, get it the way it's right side up. And then you're just going to take, and you can eyeball it. You can, depending on how much room you want or how much you want poking out. I'm just going to take this and fold that part down. So now I have a decision. Do I want it like that? Or do I want the stripes? I think I like the stripes better, actually. So I'm going to fold it like that. Okay. This is going to get matted on my piece of red. So mat your designer series paper on your piece that is cut at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Just like that. Okay, now all of this is going to get put on the card base. Yes, I know that that front part is flopping around, but we're going to fix that with our ribbon. So this is going to go here, just like that. Is that good? I think that's good. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is take your piece of ribbon. We're not going to glue anything like this. We're going to tie it together. Okay, so wrap this around. You want it around somewhere in the middle of this flap because this is going to hold everything down. If you're using the stitched rectangles, or if you're using a circle cutout, die cut or something. Oh, let me try this again. Evidently, I can't talk and tie a bow at the same time. All right, here we go. Lovely. Okay, what I was going to say is make sure that whatever your sentiment is on, that the placement of the bow. So you don't want to put your bow in the middle if it's not going to fit. For example, if I try to place this right here, my bow is going to be in the way. So for mine, I'm going to take my bow and move it far over to the left so that my sentiment piece will fit right there. Okay, now I need to trim my tails. I'm going to get the ribbon scissors that's tied with a piece of ribbon. I'm going to snip there, and let's go ahead and snip right there. Oh, no. Okay. There we go. Cooperate with me. All right. That goes in the trash bin. And now I'm ready to decorate the front. So this is going to get popped up on some dimensionals. There we go. I'm going to put a couple here. And I'm going to put one down here. Peel off the back. And then just plop this down, making sure that it is straight. Actually, I'm going to do it upside down because I'm right-handed and that works better for me. All right, lovely. Now I'm ready to decorate. So I'm going to get my little pieces of candy out, and I have some decisions to make about what I want to glue down on my front of my card. So I think I'm going to go with this. I'm going to get my liquid glue. Now don't put any up here because you don't want to glue your card shut. I like that. And then what about another little piece? Do I want that? Okay, no, I don't think I want that one right now. Let's do I want, oh, that's the same one. There we go. Maybe I want one like, yeah, I think I like this one better. Okay, I'm going to get another dimensional. Pop that right there. And let's put it right there. How cute is that? Okay. Now, that's the outside of our card. That's our pocket card. Super simple and super cute. Let's work on our gingerbread man. I'm going to put this aside. I already explained about the gingerbread man, how I ran it through the die cutting machine, used my stamp positioning tool to do the stamping. On the inside, I talked about how I used the white piece and ran it through the die cut machine halfway. So this piece is going to get glued down on the inside of my card. Just like that. Okay, perfect fit. And now we're ready to decorate the outside of our gingerbread man. So the little guy is going to need a scarf. I chose Real Red or I chose Mossy Meadow. So I'm going to put him in and see, do I want red? Oh no, I think I kind of like the green. All right, let's go with green. He's going to get a green scarf. Right. There we go. Now I'm going to put some dots. Let me get these out. I think I'm going to go ahead and put the white. No, not the white. I'm going to put the red dots because this green is a different green than the mossy meadow. Or I could do gold. Do I want the gold? Or do I want the red? Or maybe I want the smaller ones. I think I'm going to do that. There we go. Lovely. Okay. Last thing our little guy is going to need is a hat. So since he has a green scarf, we're going to give him a green hat. Now, do we want the green trim or do we want the white trim? I think I like the white trim. All right. He's going to get some dimensionals again on this one. Let's see. I think I'm going to use these little skinny pieces right here. Get my scissors and cut myself another little piece. Peel that right off. Okay, and his little hat is going to go right on top of his head. Just like that. Oh, he's so cute. Okay. Our Ginger Man card is going to live inside of our pocket card. And I'm just going to kind of tip him over like that so he kind of sticks out with it. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I forgot something. Let's put some candy. He can hold a lollipop, or maybe he wants to hold a red lollipop. I think I like the red lollipop. Yeah, let's have him hold the red lollipop. So I'm going to put some glue on the bottom half, right here, a little bit of glue right there. I don't want it to stick out. Pin back in the glue. Okay, and I'm going to give him a little lollipop in his hand. Oh, so cute. Okay, now he's going to live inside the card just like that. So your recipient can get the card. Let's put it in the envelope. Will he fit? Yep, fits in the envelope. Your recipient gets it. Opens it up. Oh, how cute. They pull out the Gingerbread Man, and then you have your sentiment written inside. So, there you go. Cute little guy. Let me pull this one back out too. And we have used our Gingerbread Man bundle to make a precious little pocket card. All right, next week we're going to do another Christmas card. So this is going to be number 2 of our Christmas series. We're going to use our Christmas Words hybrid embossing folder next week, and the spotlight technique, and probably some sanding to make another beautiful Christmas card. Until then, happy stamping.